I just need to start tonight by telling you, it is becoming apparent that Democrats just aren't all excited about Joe Biden running for re-election. They're not. And it's also clear they aren't sure that he can go the distance in his first term. I mean, his mumbling and fumbling and bumbling, his every utterance, his alternating between yelling and then using a stage whisper. And having to constantly remind us that what he's saying is not a joke. Because frankly, what he says sometimes sounds like a joke.
It's a joke, but...
Not a joke. I'm not joking.
No, I really mean it. I'm not joking now.
For real, you think I'm joking? I'm not joking.
Not a joke. Fact.
Not a joke. Fact.
Not a joke.
Not a joke. No, think about it. I'm not joking.
Not joking here. No, not joking. But as cringeworthy as it is to watch the President of the United States shake hands with a ghost after his speeches or get led away by staffers dressed as the Easter Bunny, I tell you, the Democrats have an equally big challenge on their hands, and it's the person who has been said who's just one 80-year-old heartbeat away from the presidency. I'm talking, of course, about Kamala Harris, whose word salads and her gaffes make her boss look like the child of William Shakespeare and John F. Kennedy, for heaven's sakes. I mean, just recently, the vice president tried to tell us what was in the Declaration of Independence as she promoted abortion and pretended that killing a baby in the womb is actually a form of health care and is as much a constitutional right as going to church or writing a letter to the editor. Watch.
That we are each endowed with the right to liberty and the pursuit of happiness.
Did she appear to miss something here, maybe just a little something? I couldn't help but notice that the phrase she seemed to be quoting was this one. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Was that what she was trying to say? Madam Vice President, it seems that you left off a couple of things that are pretty important. That the first unalienable right is that of life. But if she'd actually said that we have a right to life, then that would surely sound pro-life, and no modern socialist-leaning, climate-worshiping, gender-confused, economically ignorant Democrat leader would ever say that. No way. So, she just left that part out and assumed that none of us would ever know the difference. And then when she spoke of these being rights that we have, that we're endowed with, she kind of forgot to mention that the endowment came from our Creator, not the government, from our Creator. Now, I wish her ridiculous speech praising abortion was a one-off, but as they say on TV commercials, but wait, there's more. Sometimes she picks a phrase and just repeats it in the very same sentence, as if somehow it will cause the nonsensical to make sense.
Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time in terms of what we need to do.
Something about the passage of time. But she wants us to work together.
Which is why we will work together and continue to work together to address these issues, to tackle these challenges, and to work together as we continue to work operating from the new norms, rules, and agreements that we will convene to work together on.
I think she wants us to work together somehow in there. And of course, no Kamala Harris speech would be complete without a pitch for equity, whatever that means.
So equity as a concept says, recognize that everyone has the same capacity, but in order for them to have equal opportunity to reach that capacity, we must pay attention to this issue of equity.
Yeah. Everybody's got same capacity. That's why next year I'm going to be quarterbacking the Dallas Cowboys to their first Super Bowl in 100 years. That's what's going to happen. Yeah. Why not? If that's equity, my goodness, most of us will never experience it. Now, just remember, if she were to become president, then she would be in charge of foreign policy as well as being our current border czar. Hey, look, she spent more time at Borders Books and on the border Mexican restaurant than at the southern border. But in addition to standing at the 38th parallel and confusing North Korea with South Korea, she also seems to just not understand that Ukraine is not a member of NATO.
The United States stands firmly with the Ukrainian people in defense of the NATO alliance.
You know, there are more, and I mean many, many more. But you get the point. To be blunt, the Democrats haven't really fielded a Super Bowl team for 2024. I'm sure they'll end up with a roster of people wanting the job, but the criteria might need to include just a basic understanding of history, the Constitution, geography, fundamental math, and just for good measure, at the very least, a grade school capacity to understand, write, and speak the English language. Hey, Mike Huckabee here. Listen, if you love your mom, apple pie, and being conservative, you know you ought to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and click the like button, and show all the leftists out there that conservatives are thriving and patriotism is far from dead. Am I pandering too much? No way. I'm just getting started.